Once upon a time in a distant land, there was a beautiful princess who prided herself on her breathtaking beauty. She was so obsessed with her looks that she spent hours every day admiring herself in the mirror. One day, the princess was visited by an old woman who was known for her magical abilities. The old woman looked at the princess and said, "You are indeed very beautiful, but there is someone out there who is even more beautiful than you." The princess was shocked and couldn't believe it. She asked the old woman to tell her who this mysterious person was and how she could become even more beautiful. The old woman waved her magic wand and created a mirror that would show the princess the most beautiful girl in the entire kingdom. When the princess looked into the mirror, she saw a young woman who was even more beautiful than her. The princess was devastated and wanted to find the woman so that she could steal her beauty for herself. The old woman warned the princess that the woman was protected by a powerful curse and that if the princess tried to harm her, she would be turned into a frog. But the princess didn't listen and went off to find the woman anyway. She traveled to a faraway land where she eventually found the woman living in a small cottage. The princess disguised herself as a beggar and snuck into the woman's house. She crept into the woman's bedroom and stared at her while she slept. The princess was mesmerized by the woman's beauty and couldn't resist touching her. As soon as her fingers made contact with the woman's skin, a green glow enveloped her, and she felt herself being transformed into a frog. The princess panicked and ran away, but the old woman had placed a curse on her house that trapped anyone who entered it. The princess was forced to live out the remainder of her life as a frog, forever trapped in the old woman's house. And that's the end of the story. As the sun sets over the horizon, the world around us seems to change. Shadows grow longer, the air turns colder, and the veil between the living and the dead becomes thinner. For centuries, humans have been fascinated with the unknown and what lies beyond our world. We've sought to understand the mysteries of the universe and uncover the secrets of the afterlife. But sometimes the answers we seek are closer to home than we think. There are certain places around the world that are said to be haunted by spirits, cursed by ancient magic, or simply shrouded in mystery. These are the places where the boundaries between the real and the supernatural seem to blur, leaving us to wonder what lurks in the shadows. One such place is the small Spanish town of Bélmez. Perched high up in the hills of the Sierra de las Minas, this picturesque village is known for its whitewashed houses, cobblestone streets, and rich history. But beneath its charming facade, Bélmez hides a dark secret. It all started in the 1970s when a local woman named Maria Gomez noticed something strange in her kitchen. At first, it was just a faint outline, a shadow in the corner of her eye. But as the days passed, the shape became clearer, more defined. Soon enough, it was staring back at her from the floor. It was the face of a man, pale and gaunt, with sunken eyes and a twisted smile. At first, Maria thought she was going mad. How could a face appear out of nowhere on the cement floor of her kitchen? But as she tried to clean it off, the face only became more pronounced. No matter how much scrubbing and staining she did, the face refused to disappear. Word spread quickly through the town. People came from miles around to see the house with the creepy face. Some said it was a miracle, while others claimed it was the devil's work. As the years passed, more faces appeared. Some were happy, others sad, but all of them were incredibly lifelike. There were children, men, women, even animals. Some seemed to whisper secrets to those who stood too close, while others appeared to warn of danger lurking nearby. Maria's house became known as the House of the Faces. People flocked from all over the world to see it for themselves. Scientists came to study it, priests came to bless it, and government officials came to investigate. But no one could explain what was happening. Many theories were proposed. Some said the faces were paint that had seeped through the floorboards. Others claimed it was the work of a deranged artist, but these explanations didn't hold up. The faces were always changing, appearing, and disappearing at random. In 1991, Maria died. She was 83 years old and had lived in the house for most of her life. But even after her death, the faces continued to appear. The new owners of the house tried everything to get rid of them, even tearing up the floorboards and replacing them with new ones. But no matter what they did, the faces always returned. Some visitors to the house reported feeling cold spots or hearing strange noises. Others claimed to have seen apparitions or heard disembodied voices. One woman even claimed that she saw a ghostly figure standing in the doorway, watching her with hollow eyes. Many people believe that the house is cursed. They say that the spirits of those whose faces appear on the floor are trapped inside the house and are trying to communicate with the living. Some say the house should be demolished and the spirits laid to rest, but others argue that it's part of the house's history and should be preserved. What do you think? Are the faces in the house simply a strange phenomenon that can't be explained, or are they a warning from the spirits of the dead? You decide. But let me tell you another story about a ghost that haunts a place in this world. High up in the Scottish Highlands, nestled amidst rolling hills and sparkling lochs lies a ruined castle that has captured the imagination of many. Known locally as the Haunted Castle, this crumbling structure has a long and bloody history. For centuries, rumors have swirled around these crumbling stones, tales of a ghost that haunts the grounds and refuses to rest. Those who have dared to venture near the castle have reported hearing the sound of drums echoing through the mist, the clash of swords, and the screams of men. But perhaps the most terrifying tale is that of the White Lady. Legend has it that a young woman was imprisoned in the castle by her own father, who was the lord of the manor. He kept her locked away, believing that she was possessed by the devil. Eventually, the girl died, and her heartbroken lover, who was a soldier, returned from war to find her grave. But he was too late. The castle had since been abandoned, left to crumble and decay. And now the White Lady is said to roam the grounds, searching for her lost love. Those who have seen her describe her as a tall, slender woman wearing a flowing white gown. Her face is pale and her eyes are filled with sadness. She walks slowly, as if in a trance, and seems to vanish into thin air after a few moments. Some say that the White Lady is a benevolent spirit who brings good fortune to those who see her. Others believe that she is a vengeful ghost who seeks to punish those who enter the castle. Then there's the story of the Headless Piper. Legend has it that a piper was hired to play music for the castle's lord. But when he arrived, he was horrified to find that the lord had already paid him with a silver coin. The piper refused to accept the payment, believing that it was cursed, but the lord insisted. And so the piper took the money and played his music. But as soon as he did, a ghostly headless figure appeared in front of him and demanded that he play a tune. The piper, terrified, did as he was told and played the song that the ghost requested. When he finished, the ghost vanished, but not before giving the piper a silver flute as a reward. Some say that the headless piper still wanders the grounds of the castle, playing his eerie tunes on his silver flute, and those who hear his music are doomed to die within a year. These are just a few of the many ghost stories that are said to haunt the grounds of the castle. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that the atmosphere of the castle is truly eerie. As you walk among the crumbling ruins, it's easy to imagine the ghosts of centuries past whispering through the wind. So, if you ever find yourself in the Scottish Highlands, I recommend paying a visit to the haunted castle. Just be sure to watch your step because you never know what you might encounter. I hope you enjoyed these spooky tales. Subscribe now for more spine-chilling stories and leave a comment below with your thoughts on the most haunting story.